At the end of the summer, I decided to get myself a new bicycle as my previous one was almost 20 years old and getting rather tired. I'd always wanted a recumbent trike, so I ordered one from an Australian company. The trike itself was manufactured in Taiwan. There's about an 85% import duty levied by the UK Customs and Excise. Fortunately for me, they miscalculated it in my favour. The box seemed to survive the journey with just a little damage to the carton, but fortunately nothing seriously damaged inside. It took just 1 day to arrive in the UK from Taipei, but it took 3 days to get to Exeter from Heathrow Airport. Looking inside the box, it seemed to be very neatly packaged. So the first job was to check that the trike was complete and that nothing had been lost or damaged in transit. Fortunately, everything seemed to be there. The instructions came on a printed A4 booklet which was written in comprehensible English. Unfortunately left out or glossed over some of the more important information. However, if you're familiar with cycle mechanics, you won't really have any problems. The main spine of the frame is a huge aluminium tube. The crossbeam is not welded to the main spine, as are most commercial trikes. Instead, it's bolted. The seat is formed from fiberglass, although it does look rather like carbon fibre. The seat pad is a strange construction which looks like bunched up garden netting. The chain wheel is a quality Shimano product pre-installed onto the adjustable carrier along with the derailleur gear changer. Altogether, it took just 1 evening to assemble the majority of the parts. The kit included some basic tools and all the fixings and accessories needed. Adjusting the tracking was probably the most difficult and time-consuming task. Each adjustment requires the complete removal and reassembly of the track rods. The rear derailleur was similarly of good quality but required lots of adjustment. You really have to be familiar with how these things work or be prepared to do some internet searches. Taking the bike for a ride around the park, it was clear that it actually was quite nice to ride. It did need some slight adjustments. After riding it for a while, I decided that I needed to adjust the gears again. I also needed to adjust the tracking a bit. All in all though, I'm quite pleased with it. It's much easier to go up hills than I'd expected. It really isn't that much heavier than a fairly heavy bicycle. And of course, it is possible to go quite fast.